Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Bakar Kadash, Barakatham, to the elders and the apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a M.O.T.B news updates as of October 29th, 2025, on this Wednesday afternoon. And this is from blogs.timeofisrael.com. That's October 29th, 2025 at 9:02 p.m. And it says Britain's quiet digital revolution under Sir Carol Starmer, the identity meets money. It says by 2029, a British job application may no longer hand out a stack of paper forms to prove their right to work. Instead, they will open an app on their smartphone, tap a QR code, and instantly verify their identity and eligibility. This is the vision behind the UK's digital ID rollout. It's scheduled to become mandatory for the right to work and right to rent check by the end of the preliminary. Officials state the project is about convenience and fraud prevention, replacing paper checks, reducing identity fraud, and simplifying access to government service. Yet this seemingly mending administrative reform is part of a much broader shift. Beneath the officials, there lies a critical question: could digital identity and digital currency converge, transfer the very nature of the citizen-state relationship and the agriculture of money itself? Separated system today and convergent tomorrow. The government is clear that the digital ID system is not connected to the central bank digital currency. The CBC initiative is the so-called digital pound. The digital ID is led by the Home Office, and the SIT is focused on identity verification, eligibility checks, and secure access to public service. The digital pound is led by the bank, right? So it's basically two separate, but it's still towards digital though, despite the fact that separation between both, with the digital ID system and the digital banking system, which is the digital banking, is different from a financial standpoint, and digital ID is a identification standpoint, even though they're different between one another. But that shows that we're leaning more and more towards that, digital. Everything is being digitized nowadays, which is going to be introduced in 2029. It says the government is clear that the digital ID system is not connected to the central bank currency of the CBC. Initiative is the so-called digital pound. The digital ID is led by the Home Office, and the DSIT is focused on identity and verification, eligibility checks, and secure. Right, so this is in the near future. Once you get this digital ID system, which it comes into an attack, because they're going to have it in 2029 over there in the UK. So this is going to be verification for employment and verification that you're on the job legally, not illegally. So that's going to be towards that, and with the central bank currency, which is to what you call that transactions, which is going to be with the digital ID. I mean, with the central bank currency, and with the digital euro as well too. It says an initiative, the so-called digital pound. The digital ID is led by the Home Office of the DSIT. It's focused on identity verification, eligibility checks, and secure access to public service. It says the digital pound is led by the Bank of England. Treasury is extended to digital compliant to cash and modernized payments. Right, because those modernized payments going to be part of the central bank currency, and digital money and digital dollar. What's the paper is going to be thinking of past? It says in policy terms, and two systems are business, yet both rely on the same underlying technology: digital wallets encrypted credits and mobile platform. This creates a technical possibility for the interoperability, even if it's not planned as a moment. A future scenario could see the digital ID verification seamlessly linked to digital pound transactions, allowing instant authentication, reduce fraud, and streamline regulatory compliance. Right, because they're gonna be connected together once they introduce the RFID chip, because it's gonna be part of digital banking, digital ID, digital wallet, digital currency, because it's gonna be all to one once the technology of the RFID be introduced over in the UK and different parts around the world. But as of right now, they're focusing on the separation between, the digital ID system and the digital pound of the digital banking and the central bank currency. That's the, different relations, because they say they're not in it together, they just separate, despite the fact they're both digital. It says the international proceedings of the countries after complying example of what interoperability could look like. In China, the ECNY digital yuan is tightly linked to the national ID system. It says providing full traceable of transactions and powerful lever for policies enforcement. India has achieved a large scale, practically the integration through the Alihard ID system and the Unified Payment Interface, the UPI, enabling the biometric authentication payments flows for millions of citizens through privacy remains a concern. The European Union is explicitly designing the European Digital Identity Wallet, the EUDI, to be the interoperable with the forthcoming digital euro with the private by design a cross-border use in mind. The UK, by contrast, is taking a more cautious approach, officially separating the ID and the central bank currency initiatives. However, the global trend towards the conventions and the technical feasibility of the integration wallets and authentication protocols, making eventual instability highly likely. Positive implications. The interoperability could bring a significant public benefit. It could be accelerate financial inclusion, especially for those excluded from banking or public service. It says payments linked to verifying the digital ID could reduce fraud and simplify benefits for distributions to make everyday administration interactions faster and more secure. Selective disclosed technologies and zero acknowledged proof could allow verifications without revealing unnecessary personal information, enhancing convenience without compromising privacy. Risk and trade-offs. The promise of uh, conventions, it says, comes with a serious risk. Linking the identity and payments scale would create a centralized trail of every transactions tied to to a verified identity. Even the robust encryption, this raises a specter specter of a state surveillance, a potential uh, misuse by private actors, functions creep in a general concern. Systems designed for eligibility verifications could expand into the monetary donations, politically, and the contributions or consumer behavior, cyber security, and the data protection framework will be needed to assertions of the robust. It says the timeline of the digital ID and central digital currency, 2025, the plot of the digital veteran card as a model for ID identification, 2026, expanding the one login platform for public service. 2027, Bank of England, the central digital currency constellation results expected. And 2029, potentially the 2028-2029, the potential interbillion trials between the digital ID and central digital currency. And 2030 plus, widespread adoptions of the interoperability systems could occur, subject to regular and social acceptance. Right, so we're seeing the plot of both of the digital ID and the that digital central digital currency and that digital euro as well too. So they leaning towards that 2030 agenda, and that's going to introduce the more and more of the digital dollar, digital ID, digital wallet, digital currency. So basically, that was just a breakdown between the difference between the central bank currency of European Union is going to use and the pushing of the digital ID as well too. That's an indicator right there. We're leaning more and more and more towards the digital dollar, digital ID, digital wallet, digital currency, and the pushing of the RFID, CHIP, with the Neuralink nanotechnology, smart cities, 15-minute cities. That's gonna be part of that as well too. As it says again, it's Britain's quiet digital revolutionaries under the Stonewall identity meets money. Bring out some more news articles. Yes, more news articles. It says French MP proposed a resolution to ban the central currency and promote virtual assets investments. It says this is from the PR Newswire. E-commercial. It says e-currency, central bank currency technology, and Madagascar's for the e-Ivory project at Bakery BFM. It says this is from the PYMNTS.com. Published 8 hours ago. It says European Central Banks aims to launch digital euro in 2029. Right, so as I mentioned again, we see in 130 plus countries lean towards the digital banking, digital money, digital ID, digital wallet, digital currency, the pushing of Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrencies, and other alternatives to platforms to, very soon the paper dollars going to be a thing of the past, and the pushing of the central digital currency as well too. As we see in the nations leaning towards that direction, so we see that increasing on a day-to-day basis. So those was the latest news. Bring out that revelation. So I'm closed out. It's the book of this book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "And the cause of all, both small and great, rich or poor, forever." Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, "And the cause of all, both small and great, rich or poor, free or bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their FOREHEDS." Right, so the pushing of the RFID, CHIP, and the MARK of the BASC of the M.O.T.B. in order for you to buy or sell. That's why we're seeing more and more of digital banking, digital money, digital ID, digital wallet, digital currency, Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency. As we're seeing more and more of the CBC plot, the CBC trial, the CBC test, that's going to be part of the Bitcoin, stablecoin, and these alternatives of currency as well too, because everything is digital nowadays. That's why they're going to implement this brain chip that they want to implant and insert in your body. And 130 plus countries don't lean towards that direction as well too, as they pushing more and more towards this 2030 agenda of this new system and this new economical system. That's why they push more and more of these smart cities, 15-minute cities as well too. It says Revelation 13, verse 16, "And it calls of all, both small and great, rich or poor, free or bond." Right, so even if you're upper class, lower class, rich or poor, free of bond, small and great, to receive a Karagma in their right hand or in their FOREHUDS. Write this technology chip of the RFID CHIP in order for you to buy or sell to do transactions. Because we already live in a digitized society as it is with this technology and this cashless society, which is going to be fully implemented, fully mandatory around the world in order for you to buy or sell, even if you're upper class or lower class in the economic spectrum. Revelation chapter 13, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, right? Once that comes into full effect, that no man might buy or sell, if you ain't got that technology chip or the RFID CHIP, especially with this AI technology that's going to be part of everyday life. And this AI finance, that's why they're introducing the digital ID, digital wallet, digital currency, because everything's going to be digital. Because everything's going to be hard copyless, not printable paper no more, not printable documents, none of that, because everything is going to be digital. And they're going to introduce this technology device that they want to implant inside your body. So basically, your financial information, your medical information, your personal information, that's going to be digital. That they're going to install that with this chip that they want to implant inside your body in order for you to buy or sell. Revelations 13, verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. Revelations 13, verse 18, here is wisdom, let him have understanding. Count the number of the BEST, for it is a number of a man, and his number is SIX 303 score SIX. So with that, hopefully this M.O.T.B news updates was edifying as of October 29th, 2025 on this Wednesday afternoon. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem B'Kokadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son Ba'Hashem. In the names of Hamashiach Yahweh, those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Last B'Kadash Wotam. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Ba'akim Ba'akwaf. Till next time, I would say Shalom.